are now tuned in to Coffee Talk on LE Radio. Serving you up some new flavor, fresh out of ATL. Where the vibes prevail, the convo's held between a scale of 1 to 10 exceeds 1,000. But do you feel me? Go ahead and get your cups ready as we pour into your mind, slow and steady. You may need a full cup for this. CoffeeTV.com. We got raw and adulterated conversations, live, provocative entertainment, new flavor in your ear from my podcast, talk show, radio. Watch us live online in the studio. Tell a friend they can come too. Never know what's in store with the whole crew. Cause we got you. Yeah. Get here for the vibes. Follow us at LE Radio Live.
We live? Hey y'all, welcome to the ATL Mixx. I am Ashley.
It's your girl Lex.
Who's finally back in the building after 6 months of being missing. I'm just saying.
Hey man, life hit us all, man. I'm glad to be back in the studio. How y'all doing tonight?
We glad to have you. Okay, y'all, let's get into it.
What we talking about tonight, sir?
Girl, we're talking about these men in dresses. Not just men, but our black men. Wearing dresses. Like, how do y'all feel about that? Let us know in the comments. We're gonna go ahead and play a video from Dave Chappelle about how he feel about it.
There is to a degree. Like when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know. But certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them. They're like, wow, this person wear a dress. That's happening to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin.
Yeah.
The movie's going good. So I'm walking the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here. They come in. The writer comes in. I think he's the writer. He's like, Dave, listen, we got this hilarious scene where Martin's sneaking out of jail. So he disguises you as a prostitute. And he put this dress on. And, what? The prostitute? No, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable with that. That should have been in the discussion. What? You don't feel comfortable with it? I mean, it's a hilarious bit. All the greats have done it. So, well, all the greats have done it. It's kind of hacky, right? You're right. So why don't we just not do it? Because I don't feel comfortable wearing a dress. Oh, come on, Dave. Listen, we got it all set up. We're supposed to shoot. Every minute you waste costs this much money. No, the pressure comes in. Huh? He said, now I'm not wearing no dress, man. I'm funnier than a dress. Just give me something funny to say. I don't need to wear no dress to be funny. What am I, Milton Berle? You know, going like this. And then finally he's like, and he leaves. And then like the director comes, Dave, it really would be great if you wear the dress. What's wrong? What is this, Brokeback Mountain here? Wear the dress. I don't want to wear the dress. I want to wear this dress. You know, I mean, this is, oh gosh, it's so difficult. They leave. Now the producers comes, come on, David, would be so great. I mean, and then I started thinking about it. All the comics that I've seen, man, you know, strong brothers, why did you put us in these dresses? But the minute it was clear, I was adamant, I'm not wearing a dress, not wearing the dress. All right, fine. Think of something else. I go back 10 minutes later, the whole new scene, damn, how did you write the scene so fast? You know, it's like, so you gotta take a step. I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree.
Okay, y'all. How y'all feel about this? Lex, how you feel?
I just feel like at some point, maybe these black men are selling their souls for $1. Like, at what expense? You know, are you trying to gain success? I don't know.
$1, like,
Is it really
worth
it?
you emasculating yourself for some money?
I really feel like it's mental slavery for black men.
Mm-hmm.
Dates back like centuries. Like, I don't know. It's just.
So I'm reading on this article about it, and it says perhaps by feminizing the image of black masculinity, some people are made to feel less threatened or more comfortable with your black man cross-dressing. Who are we trying to make comfortable?
The white man.
But we are who we are. Like, why do we need to put on a dress to make you feel comfortable?
That's who cutting our checks. That's how they feed their family. Like, they probably trying to get out of poverty. Who knows? It just all depends. It all
That
depends.
shit is sad, dog. Like, I just really was looking at a list of like all the people, black men.
Eddie Murphy, Jamie Foxx. It's a list of people.
What's the Holiday Heart guy name? Van Rhymes.
Yep.
Like, I can't believe like these big, strong, masculine ass men putting on dresses
for $1.
For $1 for some laughs.
I feel like that's really the epitome of their success. Like, think of Martin, think of Jamie Foxx, like in Living Color. Like, he really wasn't nobody till you seen Wanda with the big lips, acting like a female. Right? When you think of it, it's funny. Like, I feel like that was just, in order to be successful, you have to put on this dress and do what we tell you to do.
To go to that next level.
That's it. Like, we probably got maybe 20 white men that I've seen in a dress, maybe if that. So
it's not as many as our black men.
I
can tell you
I agree.
I can definitely tell you that.
So
I don't know. I'm really hurt. My feelings.
And then it's like it's spilling over now into the younger generations. Like it's just I don't know. I can't even explain this.
So y'all, we got our other co-host in the building.
That rain had us.
Okay, we're gonna go to a commercial real quick, and we'll be right back.
She was a hot dame with a pouty little kisser, thick hips and thighs that tortured that little red number she wore. She took off her hat and let that Brazilian virgin tumble down and drape around her shoulders like an erotic poem. She tipped the Joe at the door a nickel for taking her hat and coat, strolled through the place like she owned it. She had long, sexy stilts and a rack full of treasure. She slowly approached my table and pushed her fine chocolate frame into a provocative pose that gave a whole new meaning to the word swell. I knew why she was here. I could smell her desperation. It was thick in the air of the smoky juke joint where I had made my detective office in the back. At least a dozen little fillies had been standing in that same spot tonight, all of them in search of the same thing, the perfect date night. As soon as she saw those Punani tickets peeking out of my breast pocket, she sat her ample derriere on my tabletop, put her red-bottom shoe on the chair between my legs, and tried to sell her cock and bull to a dick like me. I'm a friend of females, but I'm no sucker. And this was no bimbo. She was a real high hat with heavy sugar, and I had the last orchids in town. These VIP couples passes were the cat's pajamas to an Atlanta housewife like her, with a cold little kitten. PunaniLove.com was fresh out. Now I had the goods. If this damsel wanted to be rescued from a life where date night meant fighting words, she was gonna have to toss the kale.
Oh my God. See. Hi, everybody. We got our co-host Brittany in the building.
We complete now.
Right. The Three Musketeers. Yeah. So, girl, we're talking about our black men in dresses. Black men in dresses.
Mm-hmm.
I heard what was it? Dave Chappelle said something about that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We
just used him. Oh, really?
We just played the video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, how do you feel about it, Brie? Listen, get your money, boo. That's all I'm gonna say. No, but I mean, it's weird because, like, you know, Medea, that whole franchise was like amazing. He made so much money off of that. So I can't really knock anybody hustle, but I think where I kind of don't like it is these like Instagram comedians that be doing it and to make fun of black women. Mm-hmm. And like they're making money off of making fun of black women. And that's where I'm kind of like, draw the line with it. Like that's a little much for me personally. But I mean, you had what? I think pretty much every major comedian has done it. Martin, Eddie Murphy, like pretty much everybody has done it. So yeah, I think when they make a mockery of black women, that's when I have a problem. Like when because you talking about Big Mama, you talking about all of that, like, nah, that's not okay to me. I don't really like that at all. Okay.
So, Ashley,
what about you? I already say how I feel. I don't really like it. Like I'm not a fan of my black men dressing like no woman. Like I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing. To me, if you're a gay man, that's okay. If that's what you choose to do, but not no straight heterosexual man in a dress. Like that's not attractive to me. I don't think it's funny. Like I don't like it. Like I don't. Wasn't there a rapper? Was it like A$AP Rocky that was in a dress on Saturday night?
Was it cute?
No, it was an actual like dress, like a floral print dress, like cute little dress. Right, like
your little sister little dress.
Right, yeah, like it was a cute dress. But they said like he was doing that to represent Kurt Cobain because Kurt Cobain did like a show in a similar dress to that. So it was him paying homage, I guess. I don't know who Kurt Cobain is. Oh, Nirvana? Oh yeah, I forgot you young, child. You young, so you know. Kurt Cobain. But that, and then you have Willow. Not Willow. It was Jaden. Jaden Smith, who was on the cover. Was it Vogue magazine? Yes. And he had on like a skirt. I think it was. He did. Like he's like, or was he like the face of CoverGirl? I know he was doing something where like it's mainly or generally for women, but he was able to do it. It was like a fashion thing. I want to say it was like Vogue or something like that. Honestly, like the whole androgynous look is cool to me. I like it. If you dress that way, like it's cool, aesthetically pleasing. If you look good, the whole my thing is the acting, like amping up the ratchet extra. That is the part that I have a problem with. Is when you're playing a caricature. Yeah. If you're just doing like that, to just dress like that, that's different.
That's like the guy blaming, what's his name, Quay?
Blaming on Quay, yeah.
Like he became really successful from
K-Way guy. Yeah, the one with the long, yeah.
So I think he's a gay man though. Like,
is he? I don't know.
You never know that.
I thought he was. I thought he liked me. I don't know. He had like a whole little show where he had like a little, I don't know if it was real or fake, but it was like a Fable of Love type of show with me. Was it on that, what's that? Was it Peacock? Zeus? One of them shows that they be doing that stuff on. Yeah, that was probably like 50% fake. But, I mean, I don't know, he could be gay. I don't know. Yeah. But, going back to your point, again, he amping up the ghetto black ratchet girl. I mean, that stuff to me is like, you kind of, nah. You pushing the funny stuff. Yeah. You pushing it there. Cause you don't see the reverse of that, and I think that's probably why you don't see any female comedians dressing like men and acting like you know what I'm saying, acting like a stereotypical.
How do you guys feel about Terry Crews? Have you guys ever paid attention to all of his roles? Like he's always played the masculine gay guy. Mm-hmm. Like majority of his roles are you know.
Terry Crews is just I have feelings about Terry Crews outside of the various roles that he has
Right.
because I really don't understand what his motivation is in life. Like, are you like what do you stand for and what cause do you have? Like,
He's all over
I
the
don't
place.
get it. You're like really all over the place. Like, I don't get it. Like, he was doing the Me Too thing, which I believe all victims. I get it, but then he was started talking about all lives matter stuff. Like, he was just like all over the place. So
yeah.
I don't really take stock into what Terry Crews has to say about anything, to be quite honest with you. Like, I just don't. If I see his name on the article, I don't even read it because it's
At
like.
this point, right.
But you're right. He does seem to get a lot of like effeminate
Right.
roles, and I don't know if it's because he's just really good at it or like.
They be good as hell at these roles.
Right.
though. Like,
Too damn good.
I be like questionable. Like,
But
okay.
you'd be surprised what goes on behind closed doors, guys.
Right.
Like, you just never know what people are into.
In the industry.
Yep.
And it's one of those things where a lot of people, like I was having a conversation with someone who would consider himself a 5%er. Right. So that's the picture of A$AP Rocky in the dress on Saturday Night Live.
This cutting.
Oh, is that Kid Cudi?
Yeah.
I'm
Rocky's
sorry.
one with the.
One of them. I don't listen to either one of them. But like, whatever. But right, they always say to me. But yeah, so a lot of that kind of leads back into from what he was telling me about like back in slavery times with the buck breaking and
Right.
the emasculation of the black man and breaking down the black family dynamic.
Right.
Because basically what they've effectively done is made it so that the black woman no longer respects the black man and looks at him as her child as opposed to her partner.
Absolutely.
And these videos and these things going through it is kind of like the visuals added to that. You're, subconsciously seeing men in dresses and you equate the two. So then subconsciously as a woman, you're kind of like.
But go back to the 14th, 15th century. Like, wearing dresses and stockings was like a way of life. It was a fashion statement.
For men?
Yes.
They used to wear powder wigs and everything.
Oh, you know what, y'all right.
Yeah.
Even
Even in ancient Roman times, they were wearing like the long
skirts.
robes.
Yeah.
So,
And that was they call them togas or something.
Yeah, togas.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, so you got Medea is another example of that where he adorns on this whole thing. Personally, I'm of the mind that clothes do not carry a gender. But there's an energy that comes behind the clothes. There's a reason why, as a woman, I like putting on women's clothes because that's the feminine energy that's bringing out me.
Right.
Just like if I was a woman that was masculine centered, I would wear more masculine presenting clothes because that's the energy that I'm exuding.
Right.
So it to me, it's more so like the energy that comes along with the clothing as opposed to just the clothing themselves. So, I mean, like I said, he's making his money. Like he made, you know what I'm saying? His net worth is how much now? Like, after putting on the dress a couple times in a couple plays. And then you have people like Billy Porter, who is amazing. And dresses the way that he does as well. So is it a pass because the man is gay that we're okay with him putting on the dress? Or is it no man can wear a dress?
Me personally, I don't like to see men in dresses, period. But that's another. Because this is just not my thing. Everybody got that. To each his own. I'm not here to judge you, but I just don't like to see men in dresses. But especially not a gay. I mean, straight man. You know what I'm saying? With the gay man, y'all they kind of hit and miss. They do their thing. It's not a problem with me, because you do what you do. But a straight man, for me, wearing a dress is a problem. Like, I don't like it. It's a problem. I don't care what the energy is behind it. Why you got on a damn dress? That's what I want to know. I don't care about the money that come behind it, none of that. Like, you selling your soul for this dress.
How would you feel if your daddy came in and was like, I got this role? Like, how would you feel?
Because my dad is like a staunch, like, hetero, I would think that something was wrong. Because my dad is like super macho. Exactly. Like, I would be like, are you okay? Like, this is a clone right here. Because I don't know who this person is.
But so no, I probably no. I wouldn't believe that if it was my father. Not at all.
No, I mean, the men, they clothes getting tighter nowadays. They hair getting longer. It's just like, at this point, y'all want to be women? Like, I just want to
Like rappers painting their nails.
Not they wear nail polish. I can't even
kinda
find
think that's
pants
cute.
in my size because y'all men keep putting y'all asses in my damn pants. Like, that's crazy.
Listen, he want to feel sexy too.
Do your thing. No, it's my size.
I don't know that, but the tight pants, like fellas, don't do that because like what you're doing is like biologically you should not be wearing tight clothes. Nobody should actually, but in the nether region, you definitely should be wearing tight clothes. So that's a no. But I feel that though, because I'll be out and see people, guys, and have like these skin tight pants on. I'm like, bro, I know you can
Tight as hell. Like, how did you even get these pants over your kneecap?
Right.
Like, over your calf muscles.
It's crazy how things change over time. Just think back into the white tee era with the big
early
baggy
2000s,
jeans.
yeah.
Like
Everybody
it's completely different now.
wearing the jabot jeans.
Right. Got your airbags.
Right.
Little men who got locked up around that time get out of prison now and be like, what the hell going on?
Like, a lot has definitely changed, man.
It has. In men's fashion specifically, a lot has changed. But
I guess they got bored of the regular pants and t-shirts.
Right.
So he decided to wear his girl's pants.
Interesting.
Right.
Give it a little bit more freedom to move around, I guess.
Right, you know.
That makes me think of Young Thug. You guys remember his album cover? Y'all like purple dress.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He said he was wearing his dresses please I can't and then we go
Young Thug is kind of on the line for me too.
Right.
I feel like he a little suspect.
I love Thug.
But we're about to take a break here in just a few moments. We'll be right back.
Now is the moment that we find out what you're made of. I should go in close for this one. You have a choice. Have your nose removed or your clitoris removed.
Nose.
Nose?
You kidding me? That's easy.
Nose or clitoris and you pick nose?
Yeah, of
But
course.
you don't have no nose.
I'd rather be without a nose than without a clitoris. Anytime.
I mean, I'm with Shorty. Like, you can take my nose. I don't need to smell nothing.
I don't need to smell that.
Baby.
Nothing important, you know.
Crazy. Okay.
Nothing important.
I mean,
I'll just
you
say
can take my lady parts because without the nose, you can't touch food. I mean, like, I just, y'all can keep that. I ain't
What?
I said what I said. I ain't gonna ride the wave with y'all.
Girl, you done lost.
That's
Baby, you ain't had the right person hit that thing.
Listen.
I don't even
Do
want to
not
go into that.
Listen.
My lady part. It's okay, baby. We gonna keep that. Baby, this nose,
Take
you
the
know,
whole nose.
it been looking a little big to me anyway.
Right.
Take it off.
Exactly. Go ahead, Aaron. You got that partner.
Right.
You got that.
No, boo. No, I'm not doing
No.
Feel how you
What kind of
feel.
shit is that?
No.
Your nose or your leg, baby, you can take whatever you need to take, but that the eyes, the ears, the face.
No, I don't know about that.
No, don't take
I
my
need the
fingers.
eyes. I need the eyes.
Yeah, I kind of need that.
Don't take your fingers,
I
baby.
don't know about that.
Listen, I want my leg parts, okay?
Yeah, definitely.
They're amazing.
Need those.
I love to touch. That's all I'm saying. Baby.
She's good. You had to take a drink on that
Oh,
one.
yes, I did.
All right, reminiscing.
girl.
Okay.
Okay.
Had a flashback over here. You need a
I
fan.
did.
Don't touch these around your crown.
So I want to know why. Why would you choose, to keep?
Me personally, like I don't feel like sex is that's just not a big deal. Like care for it. Like, to each his own. To each his own. But I don't. It's not a big deal for me. Like, I get more pleasure out of eating, like smelling and tasting my food. Like, I want that sensation. That's where my pleasure comes from.
I can get
To
that.
each his own. I want to taste that lobster plate.
That got nothing to do with your mouth.
It does. Your senses, your smell, it dictates what you're gonna taste. How you taste your food.
When my nose is stopped up, I still, and I can't smell, I can still taste mine, and it's good. Still.
Can't smell nothing. I can't taste nothing.
I'd rather not smell because my nose is so sensitive anyway. Like, I would rather not smell. You know,
garlic up the street.
exactly. Like, some shit don't be right. It don't be pleasant. So I think I'd rather pick the pleasure.
Hey man,
Yeah.
it's temporary.
Temporary.
Either way, it's
Not
temporary.
really.
Either way.
For how long though? You think it's temporary? But my grandma, she like 70 or something. She was saying her and my granddad was still, doing that thing for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how temporary you think
Never
it
mind.
is.
Everybody got their own story, I guess.
Yes.
Shoot.
Nah, grandma, big mama and papa was still getting
Girl, my grandma said
They had 12 kids for nothing, baby.
Woo.
What you mean?
Woo.
She said I can still get me a child. I'm like, okay, grandma, I want to know that.
Right.
I just need that one person to just turn my life around and change my mind. You do.
You
girl.
probably
I ain't there yet. I'll keep my nose. Wait till further notice.
Okay.
Y'all on me.
We'll have to come back to this
Right
subject.
That's in the winter.
Right.
Shoot.
Nah, baby, take this nose. You can have it.
Right.
There
That's
you go.
right. Okay. That's all I'm
There
saying. There we go.
Oh, so we're gonna talk about the one with the marriage.
The scenario.
Yeah, let's do that one.
Let's do
Okay.
that.
Yeah, so I was I know y'all on Facebook have seen this little crazy thing going too. I'm gonna pull it up. So this woman, let me go, because I texted to you, didn't I? All right, I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the one that I saw on the Shade Room. It was also on like V103 or something like that too. And I'm gonna read the scenario to you. So, actually, this is the one with the best friend on drugs. That's this one.
Okay.
So it says, my best friend's girl is on drugs. I can't make this up. He got with her when she was on drugs. She loves him very much and she does everything for him and anything he asks on demand. My homeboy loves her so much, so he decided to get her clean 2 years ago. She got sober, dumped him, and moved out of his house months later. His world shattered because this woman, he truly loved her with all his heart. After a year of trying to win her back and fail, my homeboy decided to try another approach. He manages to find someone to help put her back on drugs for him. Now she's back living with him, cooking, cleaning, doing everything. They've been doing well for about 3 years now. He wants a kid with her, but she isn't clean to have kids. And he takes her off drugs. But if he takes her off drugs, she may leave him again and all the comforts that come with it. What should he do? She gives him sex on demand, never argues with him. She's submissive in everything a man could ask for. Should he take the chance, taking her off drugs again, knowing she will dump him when she gets sober? He wants her pregnant, but only when she's clean.
So you're basically enslaving her to be who you want her to be for your own personal needs.
Right.
You're toxic. That's toxic.
Yeah.
That's toxic.
Right.
Wow, that's crazy.
When I read that, I was like, so you love her. You wanted her to get sober. She got sober. She left you. So you put her back on drugs so she'll come back? And you think that's love? Like,
Right.
Toxic. Like you said, that's toxic. Like, why would you?
Enslaving her. Like, wow. That's a crazy scenario.
To pay somebody to put her back on drugs, that's what got me. That shit
Right.
that blew my mind. Like,
but you love her.
Right. With all your heart. You've been trying to get her back. No, that's possession.
Right. I was about to say it's control. you're probably not gonna find a real woman to meet your needs. So you're gonna get somebody that's mentally weak to cater to the things that you need.
Absolutely.
Right, because like you said, sex on demand, cooks and cleans, does everything submissive.
Slave.
Anything a man wants. So you mean to tell me that there's not another woman that can provide these things for you? You have to get a woman who's on drugs to do that.
He probably gets a kick out of being like her being submissive to him.
But my thing though, and what's interesting about it is that she got clean and left him. So there's something about you there.
Exactly.
There's no, but that my thing
Clearly
is for her to get clean and to leave him. That means that you two do not need to be together.
Right.
If she's of sober, sound in mind and chooses to leave you after she went through an addiction, because an addiction is a heavy thing to get through. And for her to be sober for 2 years, that's a very amazing accomplishment. And she was strong enough to leave you for at least a year. So that means past the 2 years that she was clean, she was another year clean without you. So you throw her back into that? How selfish is that?
Men are possessive. Well, some men. I'm not gonna say all. Okay, let me clear that up.
Yes, women are.
Because I'm not here to bash a man, but some men are really possessive when it comes to women. You know what I'm saying? Like they want you to be doing everything that they want you to do at their will. You know,
it's just crazy to me.
Some men.
Right, some men. We're gonna preface that it's not all of y'all.
I love y'all.
But yeah, when I read that, I was like, we gotta talk about this one because I was like, that's just so bad on so many levels. And then also too, I'm also looking at how are you a homeboy with this man?
Right.
How's that your friend? I couldn't be friends with you, and I know you doing this to somebody. Like we wouldn't be friends.
Exactly.
I damn sure wouldn't be calling in trying to get advice for your ass either. So.
That's crazy.
And that's that mentality, men sticking together, homeboys. Oh, that's his business. That ain't my business.
Right. Well, that's how they do.
Before.
That's how they do. They turn the other cheek. Just like when some of their friends don't be taking care of their children or beating on their wives and girlfriends and stuff, and they turn the other cheek, don't pay no attention. That ain't my business. No, y'all need to start speaking up and saying something.
Right. Hold each other accountable.
Exactly. Accountability, baby.
And that's community and everything. So we're gonna take another break and we'll be right back with you guys. Okay. Hello. We're back.
We back.
So we got another one. This is also from V103 that we got. I actually found this. It was on the Big Ticket show here in Atlanta. Shout out to Big Ticket. That's the homie. It says, my story starts with me cheating and having an affair on my husband with a sugar daddy for about 2 years ago. My husband found out, but we decided to work through it, seek counseling, and move on. Our relationship is beautiful right now, and I love him more than ever. However, I received a call a couple months ago from an insurance company wanting to verify my personal information. 2 weeks ago, I received an insurance check for $85,000 under my sugar daddy's death. I called one of his family members to verify if it was true, and sad to say it was, but he died from prostate cancer. She says, a part of me wants to keep the money and not tell my husband. Another part of me wants to tell my husband and refuse the money. Should I tell my husband about the money, or should I even keep the money? That's the question.
Quiet as kept. Closed mouth. Don't say nothing. Don't nobody know about it. Keep to yourself. Why not?
But yeah, they went to counseling. They don't want to disclose. They probably promised to be honest with each other.
Yeah, we talking about money. Girl, I'm keeping it. Thank you, sugar daddy.
Myself.
That was well earned. Okay, you don't know what kind of tricks that girl did for that 85 rates, baby. Thank you.
It had to be something if he gave us some money.
Okay.
They stopped dealing with each other. So a lot of people, a lot of women, of course, was like, keep the money. I saw one post. Somebody was like, girl, open you up a private account with just you on it, your husband name nowhere on it, put it in there and leave it. And I was like, that's smart. That's smart. But see, I'm kind of torn because part of me is like, well, no, you should tell him because y'all need to be honest. Y'all married, y'all working through stuff.
Okay.
He might be okay with keeping the money.
But question, do you think if the role was reversed, would he tell her?
Probably not.
Okay. So with that being said, do unto others.
Right.
But if she tell him they was her for cheating, and he will get 50% of that money.
Exactly. Keep it
Tell
quiet,
him.
baby. Keep
If
it
they
quiet.
had a prenup, yeah.
Not even without a prenup. Anything that you
Well.
inherit while you married, you get a divorce, he's entitled to.
If they divide everything up.
Yeah. He could fire her and get 50%.
But why do that? Why not stay with her and still
You
get 50%?
only don't have to divide. They really, if you have something prior to, even without a prenup, it's kind of hard to get. But if you marry, anything you require financially after your married date, your spouse is entitled to. If they decide to fight you in court, they could just walk by and say, I don't want anything.
Right.
But if they decide, because trust me, I looked it all up. If they decide that they want to take anything that you had established or came into business, I could go right now, open up a whole business. Don't put my wife's name on nothing. We get a divorce, she still can take half of it.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah.
But see, my thing is, it's 85,000. We're not talking about 85 million. Would you really?
I don't give a damn. I'm keeping my money.
Well, no, I'm just saying, as far as like divorce and fight over, it's $85,000. I mean, you should probably be making
that's
more.
Like 42 or 43, 40, what?
42.5. Yeah. I mean, but that should be. I don't know.
Still not worth it.
It's
It
not,
may not
because
be
that's
worth
not
it.
even
Court
somebody's
fees.
annual salary. Right. You got court fees. I don't know, but I get you though. Like, I guess that's
like the court fees, because the lawyer gonna make sure they get their money.
right.
So that 85,000 gonna probably wind up being at 50,000 after they have filed in court.
Right.
Is it really worth
So
it? All
it's
that?
sometimes not worth it,
Yeah.
because the attorney gonna take about 70% in fees.
Right.
I mean, if she tell him he could, stay with her, help her spend it, then leave her. Shit, you just never know.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So
I'm
I guess
keeping my
it is.
shit.
Keep
Quiet.
It's like I earned it, so keep it. I feel that.
What money?
Maybe she could be like, "Oh, babe, I won the lottery for 85."
Girl, I ain't even doing that shit. Hell no. Nope.
She might not have to tell him it's from the sugar daddy. She could just be like,
First of all,
Nathan.
nothing. You can't do it. I just can't. Because
So
I don't
it's a
think you would
separate
do it
bank
for me.
account.
So you ain't finna tell me your side bitch done died and left you a policy and you gonna give me some. Like, now if you gonna give me some, okay, baby. But if you not,
So it depends on what she gonna do with it.
no. What I'm gonna do with it is keep it to myself in my account.
Right.
For Ashley, and if I decide to buy you a nice gift, baby, because I got a raise at work, or what they call them,
the
little checks, a bonus. Yeah, if I got a bonus at work or something, yeah, I'll shoot you some, boo. Get you a little watch, Rolex or something.
I mean, yeah, 85,000. You can get him a Rolex.
Yeah, some of them on a little cheaper end, about 10. It's all right. I'll get you that, baby.
You gonna get you a Timex. I'm feeling with me.
Not a
Okay, because
Timex.
she is so tight with her money. She tight like a Buddha hole. She is Buddha hole
Less is
tight.
more people. Less is more.
That's what Don was saying last week.
Yes.
Less is more with money and stuff, spending money on crazy stuff.
I don't know. I feel like if I earned it, I could spend it. So I'm gonna just. I mean, of course, I'm gonna be sensible about the spending. But if I earned it, I'm spending my
You
shit.
can't take it with you, guys. I'm just saying, you can die tomorrow and all your money went to somebody else that you done worked hard for all these years. I'm thinking about my mama, like, you know what I'm saying? My mama worked years for this company and died at work, and all her retirement money, everything with us. You know what I'm saying? So this. You gotta
You're
look
right.
at it different ways, but you know, as for me, I'm gonna spend me some money.
She
She
said, as for me
she
and
definitely
mine.
lived her life though. That lady loved to travel.
Mm,
She definitely did.
for real,
Man.
for real. So,
What
did
you
we
got?
get your opinion?
What?
Oh, you said you was
She
gonna
said she
tell.
did.
No, yeah, I'm gonna keep it.
You gonna tell.
I'm keeping
But I'm gonna figure out a finagle way to like
let him know.
tell my wife, but not tell my wife. Like, hey babe, let's go to Dubai. Like, we just go to Dubai today.
Right.
Oh, you got
And
some
spend it-
money.
right?
You get some money.
Mm,
from
the
her.
second,
You know
cause
what
see,
I'm saying?
questions gonna come behind you.
No, because see, the type of money that I make already, she not. So it's gonna be like,
okay.
okay, yeah,
Baller,
let's
sharp
go.
go.
Like, she not.
All right, Brie.
But I just be like, oh yeah, let's go. Let's just go.
Let's get married, Brie. What's up?
Yeah, let's just go to Dubai today. You know what I'm saying? Let's do something because it's gonna weigh on me. That's how I know it's gonna weigh on me because I'm like, damn. I gotta I ain't tell her like that's gonna weigh on me. It's gonna. I'm gonna eventually tell her myself. That's how I know.
And then when you have money, it's hard to act like you don't have it.
It is.
I disagree.
Yeah,
I
sometimes.
disagree.
Me too. I
Why
disagree
you
too.
You say, why do I disagree?
Yeah.
Because I know people who have money, you
would never
know.
tell.
You would
Yeah.
never know.
Right.
I know somebody right now well over probably 7-8 figures. You would never know that she got money. When
My
she
uncle
comes
is
out,
like
she
that.
dressed normal. She wear like Old Navy.
Mhm.
Simple.
She drives a Lexus car. She don't like BMWs and Mercedes, so she says no point in her having that.
Yeah.
She has not Mercedes, Lexus, a simple Lexus. She had that same Lexus for like the last 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
She
But
do
that's
have
why
that
people
little
like that
spider
keep
thing,
money.
but she
Right.
don't have.
Right.
The only way you would know she has money is because where she live.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when
Other
you
than
go,
that-
if you go to her house, then you'll know because where her house, she stay in a subdivision. I think the house started like 500,000.
Mhm.
So the only way you would know that she has money if you go to her house and she has all these antiques and arts and stuff on the wall of her front. So you could tell when you go in the house. But if you met her out like in public, you would
Walk right
not
past.
know.
Wouldn't even
You,
think
it's,
twice
it's
about
like
it.
a whole little group of them. I know a couple of guys like that too. If you go to their house, you know, the guys like cars. So one dude got a Camaro and a Range Rover, but they dress like just normal. They not out here spending $5,000-$6,000 on suits or nothing. One of the guys, he shopping H&M. He a little slim guy.
Mm-hmm.
He shopping H&M. He's like, let's go to H&M. He get H&M over in the
Are
light
they
station and
our
everything.
color?
You say, yeah,
They,
black.
Yeah.
They black. And they got money, and you would never know that they have money.
Older, like why the younger generation?
Young
like why do you want to
generation,
blow our money?
y'all see
Like,
my little
They like to wear our wealth.
They wear,
Yeah.
they wear
they
their whole
wear their
paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
Rent's probably behind, asking
just-
can't even pay their wedding club because they wear their whole damn outfit. Then they get to the door talking, you got me now, nigga, I ain't got you. Your outfit about $1,500.
I learned a lesson now at this age that I didn't understand when I was going through it.
She's still a baby.
My first check, I had my first job. I worked at Sonics. My first check was $150. I took my whole check and spent it on one pair of shoes.
Wow.
And I'm looking back like, do you know what you could have did with that? Like $150. And my dad, he let me do it. But now looking back on it, like you didn't need that. Like who were you trying to impress? I went to school the next day. Everybody had on the same pair of shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you don't
It's
have
a
to really.
cultural thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
It's a
older you
cultural
get,
Black people feel like they have to look
Prove
expensive
something.
to prove something to everybody. It's a cultural thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because Jessica was telling me a story about this guy that wrote a book, and he said when he came to America and the slaves and how the slave they was coming right up and they're working the cotton fields and they take all their money and go buy an outfit with it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the story, so I ain't gonna try to tell. I'm not
right.
like she is, but she was just relating that story. But for whatever reason, we just feel like we have to wear all our money instead of investing in generational wealth and doing other things. We feel like we have to wear everything we own.
We be so far behind in life, like it's crazy.
And that's why I didn't. If I went out and somebody tried to, I always went for the woman who was just plain Jane.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I have some friends that I know who are very shallow, and they will always go for the girl who's standing there with the hot, expensive outfits on. She got on the. Now I do love cologne though, but she, she smelling like $1 million. She ain't had nothing. And my thing was, somebody got to pay to keep her looking like that. She probably broke. Like, but they were so shallow that all they say is, "Oh, she look good." Da da da. Get you a plain, simple woman that's gonna work hard. Don't mind getting dirty. With
Right.
You. Don't mind, getting down to the ground. But if they standing there, they ain't finna get dirty. They're probably gonna cheat on you because if you can't afford to keep them
you don't have
a
enough
certain way.
Right.
But like her, I have friends on both sides, but I always know that 90% of the times, the ones that's standing there with an outfit on, $1,500, $1,700 outfits, they broke.
I get called cheap all the time.
I get called cheap, and I'm not cheap. I get called cheap.
I just choose what I want to spend my money on.
But like we had the conversation last week, I could take $150 and dress from head to toe and look just as good as somebody that just spent their whole $1,500.
$75.
I did it in $75.
Yeah, give me some Nike shorts.
Nike is cheap.
I go to the clearance racks. I'm broke for clearance racks. Budget.
I really spend my money on experiences and good quality food.
Me too, baby. That's where all my money goes.
Right.
I don't want my money, baby. I can tell you that now. I ain't finna want my money, but what I am gonna do is eat that shit. Okay? Baby, I'm gonna be at all the great restaurants. Okay,
right.
Here.
I have 12 lobster tails with a side of fried rice, please. Yes, 12 lobster.
And really, I drink my money because when I go to these restaurants, I be on drinks, baby.
$27.
Yeah, I order cheap because I don't eat a lot of meat. I'm like a chicken type of girl, they be talking shit about folks who eat chicken tenders and shit, but that's me, baby. Okay, I don't eat seafood. I'm allergic.
That's why she get left.
I don't like beef. I don't like pork. Okay, so I ain't got much to choose from on the menu now at this point, but chicken tenders and salad and shit. And I may eat a salad, but it ain't gonna go good with my damn drink. So I'm gonna get some chicken tenders. Okay,
it's fine.
Baby tank.
That's funny.
That's it.
Oh, baby, I should
drink.
Okay.
You know what? I know that's right.
What about you, Brie?
I'm more of an experienced person myself.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think like most of my money honestly goes towards taking care of family because I have responsibilities with family and stuff like that. And then businesses, like investing back in businesses and my friends' businesses that I invest with. And I put together events so a lot of that, I plan on retiring at 45. I'll be 35 next month. So I got 10 years
to make this shit happen.
You know what I'm saying? And which I'm on track to do because at 45, I'm chucking the deuces to everything that's considered corporate and I'll just do my own thing. So that's where my focus has been at, is where all my money go. That's why when people ask me, you got money? Yeah, but not
freedom.
for you. Not for you.
I got to start saying no. You know what I'm saying? Because I be...
Yeah, that's my biggest problem.
I don't know how to say no.
I had my own business and been farther in life had I focused on me. Focusing on other people. And I have had savings while I was in a position to do it, but somebody had come in there and need and I end up giving them or trying to help them and putting on the back burner what it was I wanted to do.
Girls,
those days are over.
Okay.
Yeah. Listen here now. You said that.
Yeah,
perseverance. You can't help nobody else till you help yourself.
Right. Yeah. Which is a very hard lesson to learn. And one you still gonna have to learn.
That's true. It's hard to shut those people out. People that you care about just to get yourself together.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
gotta
hard,
shut it down.
Too late.
But you gotta think about it. Are you actually helping them or are you enabling them?
Exactly.
You're right about that one.
I'm probably an enabler.
Because it's easy to be one. And it's also, if you're gonna be real honest with yourself about it, it feeds your ego to be an enabler.
Right.
Because it makes you feel better.
It don't really.
So
it don't make me feel better because I be thinking about my shit I could have did. So no, it don't make me feel better.
Well, in some cases, but it feeds your ego to help others because then it kind of feeds into you being in a better place. So your altruism is kind of rooted in egocentrism when you go. You know, it's really a fine line with that. Trust me, I've dealt with that in relationships where I've gotten with somebody who needed my help immediately. And it made me feel good to help them because it made me feel better about myself that I could help them. But eventually I started resenting the fact that I had to help their ass so much. So it's like, you kind of have to.
The worst thing is resentment. Because at first you're doing it out of love, or I care for this person.
Mm-hmm.
And after a while, you're not getting anything in return.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what? It's a damn lie.
And then they'll try to make you feel guilty, like for back and back. Like, no, that's not what I want to do.
Right.
I've helped you enough. Keep it moving.
Right. What can you do for yourself?
Right.
Exactly.
What was you doing before I came in?
Exactly.
Have you always been codependent?
Right.
Or are you actively putting yourself in this position to need help? Because that happens a lot too.
Folks, some folks love to get attention, and they're broken. They get more attention being broken than actually trying to heal themselves.
Right.
So.
Oh, healing is a whole nother subject.
Ooh, it is.
I got a reading. This lady told me I needed to heal. And I'm like, heal for what? I didn't know until...
That journey.
Healing is an ongoing thing that will never stop.
Ever.
Right.
So, like,
She was like, you need to heal before you find your soulmate. Like, what? Heal from what, lady? I don't know what you're talking about. I think I'm good. I thought I was anyway.
Well, I mean, like I said, healing is ongoing. You might be good now, but there might be a trigger that you have that you don't know about until it happens.
Yeah, I found out what it was, what I need to heal from. I'm good now, though, but I found out.
Right.
Yeah, that trigger had happened.
Right.
So damn.
It's always ongoing. Always ongoing. Self-love is the best love.
Man, I'm telling you,
self-love is the best love.
You attract things that you want in life when you love yourself. When you don't love yourself, you get all kind of BS and crazy people. Like, they know when you don't love yourself. People thrive off of it.
They do for real.
You got low self-esteem, meet that up. Oh.
But that's when those tests come, when you gotta trust your intuition with
exactly.
Stuff. You gotta pay attention to them signs, because they'll hit you at, like, today. Like, I posted that picture after I accidentally posted it on Snapchat. I don't never post on Snapchat. I posted on Snapchat, like 4 people hit me that I ain't talked to in years. One of them happened to be my most recent ex. You think I'm about to fall back into that? No, ma'am. Delete. I didn't even know you had my Snapchat. Now that I do, you're blocked on that too.
Oh,
so it's like those tests will come back and be like, hold on, let me see if she loves herself right now.
Right.
Okay, she still do. All right, let me go back over here. Like, let me just wait. Gotta pay attention.
Break, y'all. Be right back.
I'm about to take a break.
And I want to know if you were taking the big thing, if I could ride with you, so I don't have to drive. Ride with you, so I don't have to drive. What's the big thing? You ain't seen the big thing yet. Well, why is this other car a 1-seater or something? I don't know. I like the big thing. What's the big thing? It's a bus. There's room to walk around. It's got TVs in it.
Number 1, first bus for HIP, donated to us by the one and only Dwayne Wiggins, Tony. Y'all out there.
Shout out, this is D. Wiggs, Tony, giving a shout out to ATL Bus Academy. Y'all take it all away. I love you.
I think we're still on his answer machine. Oh, Dwayne? Bring your movie. She wants to see a two-star movie. She also wants two-star to come to her birthday party. I do want two-star to come to my birthday party. That's absolutely correct. That's those things funny, but I would love to see Mr.
Yes, be on the lookout for the ATL Bus Company, because, like, when we get that back up and rolling, y'all need to come charter y'all. We're going to be going to the casinos. We're going to be going to Nowlands, as they call it. We're going to be going to the boats, like, all of that. So definitely stay tuned for everything that is HIP Inc. Halter Intellectual Properties, Coffee Talk, like everything, ATL Mixx. Yes. We might do a meet and greet with y'all. Let us know where to go.
Tune in.
We can travel and do that.
Let's do that. Not we can. We gonna do it.
Yes.
Let us know where y'all want us to meet it.
Right.
I'm in the building, okay? I'm always
be outside in the building. We everywhere.
Right.
Let's go.
Outside, hold on, it's hot as hell outside. Wait a minute, time out.
No,
I don't do outside events.
This cancer here.
We need air conditioning, okay? We need air conditioning, okay? I'm a little chubby, baby. I need some air.
Some ventilation, something. Especially if we're gonna be drinking.
The outside is nice with the windows. It's okay, I'll look at y'all. No, baby.
Yes.
Matter of fact, now we should link up though. Since I got the little travel page, we can do the bus company, put a trip together, baby.
Yeah, we can definitely do some of that. And those
Folks
of you
get
who
their
listen
monies
to
together.
the various shows, you can definitely become a partner with Hotel Intellectual Properties. Maybe get some discounts and everything. You can go on the road with us. We can chill it, have some drinks, hang out, gamble, do wherever we gonna go. Just have fun. Chill out with ATL Mixx.
Let's do something different to get something different.
Absolutely.
For real.
Network, communication, baby. Let's get it.
Yes, definitely. Ooh, and we're supposed to be doing a retreat coming up too. Yes.
For real?
Me and Don was talking about we're gonna put a retreat together. So ATL Mixx is gonna be in there.
Oh, I am.
Yeah,
When? What I need?
ATL Mixx is y'all can be in there too.
How much I need to put up, girl?
Information coming soon. Like, yes, we're definitely gonna be doing that. Yes.
Okay.
So we got a lot of things coming up.
And
we
it's
got
in the mix.
Yes, the Punani Poet Show coming up in August that we're gonna be doing too. It's for women that love women.
Let's
but
go.
you can come to us now. Love.
You said it's for what?
Women that love women, but you know.
I love women.
Oh, well, okay, girl.
I love women.
You know what I'm saying? We
I
got a
might be a
show
little straight,
coming
but I might curve here and there. I might dib and dabble a little bit. Okay.
Dibs and dabbles.
Don't count me out now.
We got the B in the LGBT, okay? Right. But yeah, so we got a couple of shows coming up, so you gotta stay tuned.
Stay tuned, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I missed y'all vibe, man. I missed y'all.
We missed you.
Yes.
It's been too long.
But you back like cook crack.
Like I ain't never left, baby.
Right.
We gonna
Let's
see.
get it, let's go. We in this thing. We in this thing.
It's my motherfucking
We
dog.
thought we was gonna have to have an intervention.
Okay, look. I have to leave. Talk after the show.
Right.
We need to have a conversation.
All right, so since we're gonna take it on now because we got 3 minutes.
What we gonna talk about next week, y'all?
Next week, we should have a guest next week.
I think we should.
I think also, guys, can we get a guy to come on the show? We need a male's perspective.
Yeah, we do.
For these situations. I love.
think that would be good.
we definitely need
some of our male listeners want to
vibes
chime in.
Right.
You can chime in. You don't necessarily have to come to the studio. We can have you up on the screen if you want to do virtually. But I think that would be good.
Well, I'm sorry. We need to invite y'all virtually.
Yes.
Like Brittany be on sometime, you know, when she don't feel like being bothered with us.
No,
okay,
listen, I braved a storm to get here today. Okay, I braved a storm to get here
I
tonight.
appreciate it because you showed up
Mm-hmm.
on time.
Right. But yeah, I think that would be good. Ooh, we could do something like almost like Battle of the Sexes.
That's
You
it,
got the women over here.
Dual perspective.
Yes.
We should do that. We should. Let's see if we can get that. If not next week, definitely the week after. But let's see if we can put that in motion.
Yeah.
Y'all can send us some topics that you want us to discuss on IG, ATL Mixx on IG.
You can follow me at Ashley Finesse, FINESE on Instagram.
You can follow me at 11_11 LEX.
All right. And you can follow me at Lady Poetry 86 or word.play.bay on Instagram as well. So definitely, like I said, comment. Tell us what you want. I'm really excited about this Battle of Sexes.
Me
It's
too.
gonna be hot. Like it's gonna
I'm
be.
anxious now.
Yeah.
Bye,
We gotta do some.
You are now tuned in to Coffee Talk on LE Radio. Serving you up some new flavor, fresh out of ATL. Where the vibes prevail, the convos held between a scale of 1 to 10 exceeds 1,000. But do you feel me? Go ahead and get your cups ready as we pour it to your mind, slow and steady. You may need a full cup for this. CoffeeTV.com. We got raw and adulterated conversations, live, provocative entertainment, new flavor in your ear from my podcast, talk show radio. Watch us live online in the studio. Tell a friend they can come too. Never know what's in store with the whole crew. Cause we got you, we got you. Yeah. Get here for the vibes. Follow us at LE Radio Live.